Do not attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
Pew 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 pew! Pew pew in! Pew pew into this podcast. Pew pew into a lot of other things that we're gonna get into today.
It looks like your buddy back there is trying to cut your arm or your leg off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me.
Well, good.
Yep, there's gonna be you're gonna get Chris Evans next week because he's the new host. Because I'll be gone.
Well,
so
about time.
Let's make this last episode that I'm in the greatest ever Halloween episode of B Movies and Beyond.
The best thing is you're leaving on Halloween, on the Halloween week, so, you know, good.
Good? Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. From B Movies Beyond, Ryan, Evan, and me, Peter.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's us. No Chris Evans, no Joaquin Phoenix.
Not right now.
Dude, how awesome would that...
Maybe that's our Halloween costumes right now. I'm Chris Evans, you're Joaquin Phoenix, and Evan...
I'm Russell Crowe from that one movie.
You're Russell Crowe.
I like it.
Unhinged?
Yes.
That one? Nice. All right. See, we're all in the holiday spirits, and we're all dressed up as our characters, and it's going to be a fun episode. I'm excited, guys.
You know what?
Yeah.
You kind of do look like him. I never thought that you look like Russell Crowe, but I get it.
It's okay. We all hit that fat alcoholic face. It's perfect.
I hit that last year. I
Dave?
feel you on that one.
Cheers.
Cheers. Man, I was looking at some photos of me last year, and I was chubby. But
That happens.
yeah.
So what are we doing today?
Yeah, Peter,
Hey,
lead the way.
We're going
Or, I
to do
mean,
a podcast.
Chris.
First things first, though, I just wanted to say, check out our website, bmoviesbeyond.com, find all our social links there, and go look at this on YouTube so you can see our spooky backgrounds that we got, where I got Michael Myers about to stab me, and you can see us look like our celebrity lookalikes. So take a look.
Fit my face in Art the Clown's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just really over my shoulder the whole time. You got a good one, Ev. Anything with Bruce Campbell, just like, Army of Darkness, shirt off, just looking like a champ. Why don't you have your shirt off, Ev?
Oh,
It's
don't worry.
unbuttoned.
I got the buttons. So
You look a little unbuttoned right there, and I think
it's
that's
for the Patreon. Every time we get a Patreon, a button loses.
Cha-ching! I don't think that's how
Evan-
Patreon works. I think that's how My Free Cam works.
Oh, well then join our OnlyFans at Evan.
Yeah. And Evan kind of looks like he's like the other person holding on to Ash's leg.
Right?
If everyone knows that picture of Ash, and like there's the chick holding onto his I guess right leg, Evan's holding onto his left leg.
Give her a nice hold.
It doesn't work that well.
Oh.
I wish I could actually fade out on purpose.
That would be great. Well, why don't we kick it off with a question? It's all Halloween theme, and I was starting to think about this. I saw all these YouTube clips come up in my for suggestions lately on just like all these like the top 10 scariest horror kills, like deaths in movies. So I wanted to ask everyone, what's their favorite death in a movie? And there's so many, like there's a wide variety of these, like you got the funny ones, you got the unexpected ones, and you got like gruesome ones, any one that you want. What stands out to you? What do you got?
I'm gonna throw mine out with my favorite clown behind my head, but I think Art the Clown's gruesome kill with the where he like chains her up upside down, spreads her legs, and I mean, it kind of gives it away, but he just saws her right down the middle. And yeah, that's one of my most favorite gruesome ones. The other one I can
And
think
it
about.
looks like so real in my opinion. Like that was so disturbing when I saw that. Oh,
And we saw that in the movie theater
yeah.
with him. Did- Who was it who was like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
That's you don't do that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah. But it's just, when because there's like all those like kills, like those death scenes where like they just look kind of fake, but like for the time you knew like, oh, that was special. Like I kept on seeing like the one from like the Omen, the original Omen, where uh this plated glass like flies through like this guy's like neck, so it cuts off his neck, but clearly you can tell like it's a fake head and everything flying off. I mean, it's still kind of the idea is cool, but it just I guess blown away for me watching him. Like, man, where's that CGI blood?
Yeah.
I'm missing.
How about you, Ev?
Oh, one of my favorite kills is Bambi.
Very unexpected, Evan. Very.
Thank you. I like the
unexpected.
surprise because
Yeah.
that was the
that
first
kill was
kill.
unexpected.
That was the first kill that fucked up my childhood. So I was like, wow, that's what I realized death was. There.
That's what made you realize death?
No, I don't know what did. But no, actually, my favorite kill, I gotta say, is from Deep Blue Sea.
Ah, okay, that's a good one.
There you go. Nice,
'Cause
Evan.
I gotta say, like, the timing is just comedy gold, poetic justice, all rolled into one.
You're referring to Samuel Jackson dying,
Yes,
right?
I am.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably for like most unexpected kills. I think that's like probably the number one ever.
How did you?
And they try to keep on doing that in all the Deep Blue Sea franchise. Like they did that in the third one at least.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, how did you not pick anything from Jaws?
Oh, dude, I got a whole laundry list, man. I got well, so the opening scene of Jaws, I think is just it's just brutal watching the chick just getting ripped around, just she's just going like the whiplash of it, which is just terrifying. Her screaming, really sets the tone of just how intense I guess a shark attack can be. But the one like the scene that really sticks out in my head in Jaws is the one where you can see like up above and you see him turn to his side and he just grabs that kid, the kid when the kid dies, like that's and you see like just the fins roll over in the water. Like that's one that really sticks out in my head. But again, it's not like it's just a really cool scene. The ones that really stuck out in my head though, like I had this thing when anytime I see like bones breaking, like a compound fracture, that just gets me. Like it makes me cringe. And same thing with like getting cut or like skin coming off. That also does it for me. So
Fingernails getting broken
oh,
off.
oh, dude, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when they're dragging someone, you see their fingernails pop off. They're not even dying yet, and I'm just like it I get chills down my spine thinking of that.
You said bones cracking. Like I think in the one I was talking about with Terrifier, I was just watching Bone Tomahawk. It's very similar, but you hear the bones cracking and you hear just like the absolute gruesome like ugh. I don't know. I anything where I'm fine with heads getting chopped off or limbs or anything like that, but like when you're like splitting a person in half, like or melting them. Oh, dude, like in The Thing. The Thing is the other one where you just see like someone just like completely melting and just turning into this mop of like goop and mush, and then like they're just dead. That's weird. That's not how a body works.
Well, we
That
all
is
loved
weird.
Last Crusade. Come on.
That's
All
what I
those
was
Nazi
thinking
melting.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And also, just Raiders of the Lost Ark when they all melted away. Like,
Mhm.
I like that effect of them. You know, the skin melting away, and it's just bone, and that kind of dissolves as well. You know, I was thinking of like a shocking one though. The last one that I can remember that shocked me was in Hereditary,
Oh.
where like I guess this is somewhat of a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but come on, guys, like um the the head coming off, do you even see the head come off? I can't even remember, but the little girl who you know for me is like in the trailer, like oh yeah, she's supposed to be like important, like seems like she's the creepy one, and she dies like in like what the first like half an hour of the film, and that was just shocking. And like I remember just gasping at that point because I did not see that coming at all. Like that was so unexpected, and a good death scene like that whole scene just really gets you into that mood where like the kid just continues to drive home in shock with his sister's dead
sister.
body in the
Yeah.
back. Oh, Ooh.
That was rough. That, and I got to give an honorable shout out to all the Final Destinations.
Ah, dude.
Oh, wait, dude.
Those were just juicy. Like, oh
Yeah,
wow.
there's so many from there.
And then Saw, of course.
Yeah, they get see. I mean, when they're creative, you're kind of expecting it, but she's watching the Hereditary scene right now, and it's just like, oh, done. Ugh.
Yeah, it's just you know it was that build up for me, like the Saw movies. I guess I know what I'm going into, so it doesn't quite get me. Like it's like that unexpected really affects me. I also saw this one. I never seen this movie, but I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was actually pretty decent. But it's called like Intruders for like the 80s. Has anyone seen this?
Mm-mm.
Intruder.
I don't think so.
But I was watching on YouTube and like, dude, there's this scene where this guy is basically just sawing this guy's head in half with like a I don't like a jigsaw type device. Like that was pretty gnarly to watch. And again, it goes into my whole just cutting through things. It gets me, makes my skin quiver.
You know-
also Cannibal and Green Inferno, I believe.
Oh yeah, those are good ones.
Those are brutal.
Yeah.
Was it Cannibal or Cannibal Holocaust? I guess those are two different movies, right?
Well, Cannibal Holocaust is the one I was thinking of, yeah.
Okay.
And I think Green Inferno was Eli Roth's version of it.
Yeah, that was. Mm-hmm.
Which one was a little bit more brutal for you, Ev?
For me, I gotta say just Cannibal Holocaust because they actually did kill animals in that.
Yeah, the turtles.
The turtle and the monkey.
Oh yeah.
So, and like I was more upset about that, but I fell in love with the story that the director was brought into up on charges because they're like, oh my God, you killed people on screen. And he actually had to bring in the actors to be like, hey, no, here they are. And no one still believes them. Just that story is fascinating.
Isn't it cool? Like, didn't they sign an NDA where they couldn't make any public appearances for like 6 months or something like that? But it was so shocking at that time where, like you said, he was just like, oh shit, I have to ruin my movie and prove that they're still alive kind of thing. I remember adding to that part where of the actors couldn't make public appearances, which that I think, see, that's where directors need to go above and beyond with their films. You know, if they're going to make something like that, make it believable so you can follow through. Like I think Damien Leone did that with Terrifier. After we were talking with him, he goes, I want art to be, I want him to be like in your mind. I don't want you to think of him as an actor. There's no one set actor who is him. So that for me, he's one of the most terrifying like clowns out there because you don't get to see like a history of who this guy is. He's mysterious.
Yeah, I like the history though. I love the history and that backstory because it just seems like, especially for like Pennywise, it just seems like, hey, this entity has been here forever. And it's like, and it kind of gives the same thing that Art does. He's just always in the back of your head, but you just get that feeling with Art rather than being kind of told it with Pennywise.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I just like the idea, what you're talking about with Cannibal Holocaust. It's just the unknowing. It's like the same thing with Blair Witch Project when that came out and everyone was like, no, that was actual found footage. I'm like, no, it was not. It's fake. No.
Oh, no.
Like so many people argued with me. And the
Yeah.
same thing happened with Paranormal Activity. They thought that was true as well. I was like it's almost like the less you know about these films, which is just so hard to come by like these days, because everyone wants to promote their films and talk about it. The actors are usually going on their
See, this is why we
they,
can't do that with you. You can't see these types of movies because you ruin everyone else.
because
Yeah.
I tell you that they're fake.
Yes. You destroy the magic of moviehood.
Sorry, I just know when I
Okay.
see a movie that I know it's fake, unless the one film I think that got me confused because like they said it was absolutely true was like Fargo, which it's really not true. The movie Fargo, right?
Yeah.
But they say like straight up in the beginning, like, so this all you like movie makers out there, all you gotta do to get me to believe is just say this is totally absolutely 100% true. And I'm like, oh, okay. They wouldn't lie to me in text. So that's how you get me.
Write that down, Hollywood.
Yeah,
Write
no,
that down.
Yes.
If you want to get Peter, just write it in text.
Yep.
Because he
So
won't
I gotta
read
read it. Yeah.
if Back to the Future came out with some sort of script that said this is based off a true story, how would you feel about that, Peter?
I'd
He'd
be
believe it.
taking it back. Yeah, I have to believe it, but I'd be taking it back. Just,
No one
wow.
lies in writing form.
That's right. So, all right. I mean, there's so many awesome death scenes out there. Just go check them out. Like Ryan, there's like a whole like video thing for people getting cut in half. So go find that on YouTube if you like, since that's your favorite type of death scene.
That's if I were a sadistic killing clown, yes, that's how that would be my signature move. Yeah. I like this.
It's a fun kill, like seeing people just kind of get split down the middle, and there's so many different ways you
No.
can do that.
It's terrible. What's wrong with you,
Evan,
boys?
Go
What's
go
wrong
watch
with
YouTube.
you?
It's pretty cool.
No, I have parental restrictions on my YouTube.
Dang it, Louis! My dog's
Oh.
eating poop.
Nice.
Louis! He brought the shit out here to eat in front of me.
Ooh,
Ridiculous.
I'm ready.
That
ready
means you
for
need to
this.
give him treats more often, not poop.
We don't give him poop for, and now he like wants to come up in my lap because he's like, oh, look at me, Dad. I dropped the poop. The shit's just on the ground now.
Go get some paper towel and pick it up, or else he'll
Alright.
eat it.
All right, going to the next segment, guys. I'll be back.
Jeez. Well, what's our next segment, Ev? Let's see. We got some let's see, trailers. How about instead we give some recognition to some horror shorts?
Yeah.
I like that suggestion.
Did you watch any of them?
I did not. Why
What?
don't you lead? Yeah, lead on this one.
You aren't prepared, sir.
What horror shorts was it? I don't see them in the
Oh
notes.
my god, they had some great ones.
Oh,
Oh, he had a whole link to it.
I see.
I mean,
now.
There is
yeah.
honestly one of my favorites, and I'm gonna save that for when Peter comes back because I know he wants to talk about this.
Oh, I did watch Critters. I've seen that
nice.
one. Yeah, the bounty hunter one. That I think I like that
Oh.
because that's just enough for Critters to be really cool. Like let's bring Critters back, but we don't need a full movie on that.
Well, a lot of them are so like short, but then some of these movies on this list were really long, like 20 minutes. And I was like, yeah, it's decent for a movie, but it's a little too long for our notification of when to get them watched by.
Well, this is kind of cool. Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
I watched it. I watched that
I
one.
did as well.
Does everyone pick that one to watch?
I picked the Critters one.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to do the Critters. How was that?
It was good. It was good. It was everything that you need in like just a Critters. Like I was just saying with Evan, you don't need a full Critters movie. Like it just needs to be enough to just kind of capture your attention. And I think short films are going to be, at least for the rest of the year, they're going to be what's popular and what's well known, because we're not going to get movies for a minute. We're not going to get them until at least next January, February, right?
At least.
Who knows?
Some are supposed to come out in December, but we'll see. Short films, like, yeah, I agree with you. I think they're the thing right now because they're pretty easy to create. You don't need that many people, and you can kind of do it while on quarantine. I think some of these ones that we watched are much higher budget, and they had a much bigger crew. Like Marvel Avengers versus the Army of Darkness was fucking awesome.
Yes, it was. You do need to watch this, Ryan.
I'm
Not right now.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not watching it right now, but I will because I do want it to be something where I can enjoy. I've been watching a lot of Power Rangers. Like, there's been a lot of fan-made Power Ranger stuff, which has been really cool. And then the Green Ranger is getting final funding for his, I think it's the Legend of the Dragon something or another. Let me pull it up. But he has his own Power Ranger type movie coming out, but he's not a Power Ranger.
He's just trying to join up with Cobra Kai. I see this power move.
Which is a good move. That's a really good move. What is his name? It's Jason,
Tommy.
right?
I thought it was Tommy.
Yeah, it's Tommy.
Tommy is the character, and his new one is the Legend of the White Dragon. Look that up. Like, you could tell the character is an absolute Power Ranger ripoff. It looks like it should be on UPN. But I'm actually kind of interested. Oh, whoa, there's other Ranger-looking things in there. See, I think he's just trying to make his own Power Ranger universe, which he should. I mean, he's the one who... Tell me why, Ev, because I agree with you.
Because, I mean, already, like, UPN was a step up from what the Power Rangers was.
It had Beetleborgs.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Had your favorite one, the Beetleborgs. It had VR Rangers. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see?
And it was all from Voltron.
What's VR Rangers, really?
Almost every single one of these is Voltron.
Oh, the style?
Yeah.
Just because they all combined to make one big robot.
And they all have their own different colors and their own little robot. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's how it works, man. It's,
I know what I want for Christmas, guys.
What do you want for Christmas?
I want you guys to get me the Voltron Lego set.
No. Okay.
Oh, there's a Lego set of that?
Yeah. Dude.
It's going to choke on a piece.
Probably.
I know. You put things in your mouth.
Only small, minor objects.
Exactly. Good God. I remember he would chew off the little security tags from DVD boxes, and he would just chew on them. And he would rip them off, and he'd just chew on them. It's like, what are you doing, my friend?
I remember he would always just chew on the pen caps, just tear those off and chew them throughout the podcast. Every single pin I gave him, I got back as just destroyed.
Is that why we don't podcast at your place anymore?
Yeah, you're not allowed over here because we lost all our pins.
I could buy more. They won't come
Oh,
with
yeah, you
caps.
need. Yeah, I'll try it out. Oh man, well, there's so many good horror shorts out there. I mean, Evan's recommended it before, and you just go out there and try to find some
Mhm.
like that Marvel's Avengers versus Army of Darkness and is fantastic. 'Cause, I mean, especially if you're fans of that, like, and that's the great thing about these shorts is that they're quick, right into it. There's not much else going on. You don't have to, like, there's not all these little side stories. Like sometimes you're just thrown right into the middle of it, like the Marvel one and the Army of Darkness. Like I just loved how that played out. And you just know these characters. You don't need anything else. You don't need a backstory. You just go, and it's awesome. You don't need to know what's happening in the world. It's really cool. So I recommend checking out. Just Google horror shorts. I just Googled it and I found like a list of like 20 ones that look amazing. So
Yeah, from your list, Peter, I suggest Tale of the Pumpkin.
did you watch that?
No, that was a little too long, but just from the description, like the fact that it was a nice little nod to Night of the Demons, I thought that was
Nice.
beautiful.
Hey, I googled horror shorts, and I just got shorts with like Freddy Krueger, Jason, and Michael Myers on them.
Those are cool too. Get them.
A little different than what we're thinking.
Oh, okay. Hey, what happened to Peter? Did Michael Myers just kill him?
Oh, Broncos.
Yep.
Oh, go Broncos! Oh, he killed the Broncos season too.
Good job.
Let's see. I appreciate a good short film. I appreciate long films. I appreciate mashups. I like mashups. Remember, I've been talking about mashups for a while.
Okay.
Yes.
Where is this going? I'm
Yeah, I
curious.
don't know. I think he's just telling us what he likes.
Yeah.
I like beer.
Montages.
I like.
I like
I like-
dogs.
I like ponchos. I like
Yeah.
I like drinking
like-
red beers. I like lamp.
Jason
I got a
Jones.
nice.
I like lamp. Do we have some news, guys?
Oh, see, that's a good segue. Look, Michael Keaton. Yeah, we got plenty of news.
Ryan likes news.
Right, I like news.
These are all this is all your news, so you might as well go through them.
All right. So I found a really cool website called giantfreakingrobot.com, and they have a lot of good headlines. So I suggest you guys check them out, and maybe one day we can
Just
team
all
up.
movie news, or what kind of?
It's like entertainment. So
Okay.
and then they have it's in a way it's clickbaity, but it's not like we got this covered where it'll tell you this long story and then branch off to like all this other shit, and then like in the middle of it tell you what their entire point of the article is about. However,
Gotcha.
this one, like, you got to entertainment, and they have Saved by the Bell reboot trailer. Says Hulk solo movie finally happening. Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine in this movie. See, stuff is coming up. So
All these, I read some of these ones that you got. Like, I mean, they're mostly just rumors.
no, not Michael Keaton.
Well, we knew that he was already doing that, but the other part is a rumor.
No, it's coming back as a Batman Beyond miniseries.
That's the rumor part.
I guess you're right, because if you really think about it, like, it doesn't happen until it happens, until we start seeing some like principal photography of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, do I believe they're in talks of it? But here's my thing. Well, why don't you explain what this is first?
So, Michael Keaton is all but pretty much confirmed to come back as Bruce Wayne in Ezra Miller's Flashpoint movie, along with Ben Affleck. We've talked about this, and we said we're going to stop talking about DC. So this is about Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You
So
just keep lying to yourself. You'll never
It's
stop.
okay, Evan. It's just about Michael Keaton.
Yeah, it's about Michael Keaton. It's not about.
He is DC, damn it.
He is the B man. But this part of it is he's not only going to come back for Flashpoint, he's going to come back as Bruce Wayne in a miniseries about Batman Beyond.
Potentially.
Thanks, Cap. Thanks, Nancy. Jesus.
Just say it like, I don't know, like, do I think I think it would be cool, but I'm surprised that they've never tried doing like a Batman Beyond like series or a movie yet. Like I keep on thinking that they're gonna go that direction. Like they overplayed the whole Batman thing, but then I think, well, it still sells, so I guess it's not. So they're not ready to go to the Batman Beyond route with a movie franchise, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if they would really go that direction with like a live action TV series.
I think this is my opinion. I think DC flopped with their DC Universe app. HBO Max has enough power to have their titles have some like stay power. And I think this Flash movie is basically to set up a lot more streaming service type of miniseries or shorts or direct-to-TV movies, so they don't have to invest so much in Hollywood. And I think that's what these multiverses are going to do. They're going to give us more content and do whatever they want, so it doesn't follow one guided timeline. It could branch off and do its own thing. And I think, in the way I feel about this is, you know, this will allow Ben Affleck to do what he wants to do with Batman, and this will allow them to do whatever they want by bringing back Michael Keaton. And you can have the best of both worlds. Because let's be honest here, DC's animated stuff is probably some of the most top-notch animated movies and miniseries I've ever seen. Marvel's kind of sucks. DC's is gritty, it's good, it tells the story proper, the animation is still pretty good. I think they're trying to recreate that with live action now, and what better way than bring back... Here's the only thing though. Michael Keaton should be with Tim Burton. Tim Burton should come back as well. You can't have Michael Keaton play Beetlejuice without Tim Burton.
Yeah, well, I just don't. Dude, I was thinking when you were reviewing Beetlejuice the last episode, man, I started thinking about that. I was like, dude, there's no way in like the way our world is right now, like there's no way there could be a Beetlejuice like 2.
No.
Like, probably like what they did back then, that'd be like an R-rated movie. It would not be PG-13. And if they did a PG-13 movie now, like it'd just be kind of lame. Like I just don't feel like they could be as edgy as they want to be in a PG-13 movie as they could have back then. So
we've gotten so weird about like what we censor nowadays. I mean, nowadays it's like TV. It's like, hey, gore language, we don't care at all.
Yeah.
But
well,
it's
on
all
cable.
Like, oh yeah. Well, I'm thinking of like AMC and everything, because even AMC is like thinking of as a family channel now. I mean, some of this is just really shitty parenting, because it's all like, you probably shouldn't let your kids watch The Walking Dead. It's like, I'm sorry, that's not a family show. And some people are just getting upset. It's like, oh my God, you showed a titty? So, like, why is just a titty not okay? But then, oh, hey, we can watch, like, zombies just running away, getting blown up and everything.
That's a very, very good point, because before The Walking Dead, they had shows like Breaking Bad. And Breaking Bad was a pretty effed up series, you know?
Well, that's
Still
actually
no
the one I was
titties,
talking
so-
about. Yes, there was.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
There's a titty?
Yes. In one of the episodes, I think it's season 1, episode 5, Jesse is in a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the original pilot. Or no, not the pilot, but they were still shopping around to HBO and AMC. And they showed it, but now if you watch Netflix, the titty is back in.
There's titties in Breaking Bad, Peter.
Okay, wait. So you said it was cut out originally for FX and then they put it back in?
No, they put it in for the first time they aired it, and then after that, the repeats, they took it out because so many parents were complaining about, oh my God, why is my kid that's watching a show about cooking meth seeing a boob?
I've always thought
I get it.
I've always thought this of like, what if The Walking Dead was on HBO? We would get a way better quality product.
I don't want to see the sex scenes.
Well, me neither.
Here, this is the other thing when I think about that is like, all right, they could probably do like a dead titty, you know? Do you want to see a dead titty in The Walking Dead? Like,
I've seen Evil Dead too.
do you like those dead titties?
I mean, they're a little too droopy for my taste, but
But you know what I'm saying though? Like, okay, they're at a strip club. You can't show like a titty, or you get complaints and you gotta take it
then what's the
off.
point of being a strip club?
I get it.
I could see a zombie like stripping and her taking off her top and like some of her boob comes off.
Yeah, but like my point is though is like it's all about that context though. So like in The Walking Dead, as long as it's like dead, you could do like you can be so much more gruesome. It's the same thing. Like you think about kids' cartoons, you know, like you can have the good guys beat up tons and like pretty much destroy the bad guys because like think about Ninja Turtles. They're fighting like the Foot Clan, which like are robots. There's nothing against that. Like it's fine to destroy all these robots, even though they're supposed to be kind of people, you know. Originally they're people, but you change it so you take away the fact like no, it's okay to rip off their limbs because they're robots now. So it's okay to show a zombie titty because it's dead already. It's a zombie. It's not a real person's titty.
I'm sorry. I would rather have my child see a normal tit than a dead, decaying tit.
Could you imagine scarring that child for life in the future? Like, Dad, I saw a titty for the first time, and it did not look like The Walking Dead.
Just imagine the therapy
way
bills.
better. They're not droopy.
They're not like
all torn up. They're not purple.
and it's soft.
Man, The Walking Dead drew me
Evan,
astray.
You would be a very good parent, my friend.
Well, first off, I'm not letting my kids watch this shit.
Yeah,
They're lucky if they see Paw Patrol. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Paw Patrol is pretty fucking dangerous too, bro.
It's just weird. It's so weird. Like it's the same thing. Like, you know, like I think about like PG-13 movies. Again, if you make people like if they're like aliens, it's okay to kill the aliens. But as soon as like it's like human on human fighting and killing that's when like it starts turning into like, you know, something more where you get the higher rating, you know, you get an R rating compared to like the PG-13, you know. It's odd. So odd.
I'm just fascinated how we desensitize, just as Americans, we desensitize ourselves to violence, but then we're so Puritan against sex. It's just like violence, we don't give a fuck. Bone tomahawk, we can see that and not flinch at all, well, except for you. But no, we will all cringe, but we're like, oh my God, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
But then it's all like, Debbie Does Dallas. You're like, oh, this is wrong. That was the first one that came to my mind.
But I mean, didn't she do like a bunch of dudes in Dallas and back in the 70s? So like that does kind of make like the point. We should review that movie. Everybody, homework for next week.
I understand what you're trying to say is that like we are desensitized to like the violence and the gore, which I don't think that's necessary. True, like that's not. We like those types of films, and I have realized from watching all those like death scenes that it's like, wow, like there was a time where it actually scared me. Like there was a time when watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like that terrified me, and I was actually legitimately like scared. And now I'm like asking for it. I want to see it, which I guess you can say it could be the same thing as seeing boobs. You know, I saw a boob. I want to see more boobs.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
the whole thing. You want that adrenaline rush. We're all just adrenaline junkies looking for our boobs or chainsaws. Hopefully they don't go together, because then it just gets messy.
Then it gets messy.
You even remember Killer Rat, guys? If guys,
Yes.
listeners, if you need to go back and listen to our episode on Killer Rat and also see that movie. That's kind of what Evan's talking about. It's a combination of the two.
That's the titties with yeah, we watched that movie together. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was right up there with Frankenhooker. That's my other personal favorite.
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Poultrygeist. I gotta
Poultry-
say,
Dude,
Oh,
you
that
know,
was fun.
I love scrolling through all the like streaming service like B-rated movies. I'm like, I've seen that. I watched that. I reviewed that. We laughed about that. That shit's funny. We're so ahead of the curve. It's not even funny. I cannot wait till we have our celebrity episode where Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, and Chris Evans just do it for us.
can we talk about Evil Dead news?
Yeah, dude. You're the Evil Dead guy on the podcast. I don't want to mess this up.
You shouldn't, because you wrote it down. Or did you just add the link and not read the article?
I read the article.
Then you could do this.
No, but you're the Evil Dead guy.
Oh,
Here's-
damn it.
Here's the title. I'll just read the title. They're making another Evil Dead movie. Apparently the title's called Evil Dead Rise. I like how Ryan's question is, main character is a woman? Question mark. Like, and it was kind of, I read the article was kind of the same thing, which is this an issue?
No.
Okay, that was a long
Patriarchy.
pause. So it's an issue to Evan. But I was just thinking, like, dude, the last Evil Dead movie, like the kind of reboot or whatever you want to call that, which I don't think it's a reboot. It's just a continuation, in my opinion. Same thing with this new film. And they even kind of say that in the article, how like the Evil Dead book is always around and the evil's never gone. So it just keeps on coming. But dude, the main character in the last Evil Dead was a woman. So I don't know why this is like big news. I'm mostly just excited that the idea is that the next Evil Dead movie is going to be set in a like skyscraper. That's kind of cool. They're taking it out of the cabin.
I think one of the big things is that most people want Bruce Campbell to like come back as Ash, and because he was the actor with the really franchise was built around. Even in the Evil Dead, he made his little cameo appearance at the end of the credits.
Yeah,
even though
but
it technically wasn't in that film. But I
Yeah.
loved his explanation of it, that it's all like, hey, this book actually gets around. Ashley Williams is not the only person to actually have an encounter with that.
yeah,
Do you think
It's
her name's
awesome.
going to be Ashley?
I don't think
That'd be-
so, no.
was it her? Do you remember the girl who was the one that like stopped at the end of the last movie? Was her name Ashley, or maybe I'm just making that up? I don't know.
I think you're that up.
But
Where's
I don't know.
IMDb when you need it?
It's on the internet. Ugh.
I know, like
Um,
on your phone that you've been checking. Did you not review the notes that you yelled at us to review?
Yeah, dude.
I
You
got it
like
right here.
you hustled
did.
us about notes at like 7:00 on Monday morning, dude.
I know, and then you're not even prepared. You're still looking at it. You didn't even read
No.
them.
Hey, this was not part of the notes. I read the article. I asked a separate question, related but not part of the notes. I was just curious if her name was Ashley or not. Because I thought there was some type of correlation, because she was in the Evil Dead movie, she was the Ash Williams character, like she has the moments throughout it in the very end where she's Bruce Campbell in the film. So that's why I was just
Well-
curious if they kind of did homage to Bruce Campbell.
Her name was Mia Allen.
That was her character's name?
Yes. Jane Levy, right?
Was that her? Yeah. I thought she did an amazing job too. Dude, that movie's so good. I love that movie.
I might watch that tonight, actually.
You think that in Evil Dead Rise, they will get their hand cut off again? Because that's what happened in the other one too. They always have to lose a hand.
I feel like maybe they're moving past that. So especially because the whole idea that they're taking this out of the cabin, like again, like I think that was my favorite part of, well, besides that they're making another Evil Dead series, because I think this is one of the greatest things. Like this is a franchise that just can go on and on, because you can make up so much shit that comes out of the Necronomicon that you're like, okay, I never read that book, so that makes sense. Like as long as it's demon related, it's cool.
By the way, I gotta say this was one of my favorite parts of Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness. They did the little Sam Raimi zoom cam running around as the demon. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
At first I was very confused because you didn't see Bruce Campbell yet. Or pseudo Bruce.
Here's my thing with like Evil Dead. You guys, Evan, correct me if I'm wrong on this. You probably appreciate Bruce Campbell more than anything in the series, right? As Ash Williams.
I mean, he's just iconic. He's iconic. I don't know, like I think all of us love that whole franchise and what it's done. Like everything they've ever put out, I have thoroughly enjoyed. Ash, Bruce Campbell's Ash is just amazing, but even then, like that's kind of, it's changed and adjusted throughout the series.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even ask you yet, Peter. So shut up.
I know. I jumped in.
My favorite part is I like Sam Raimi. I actually really like him as a director. Now, your opinion, Peter. No, I think that's why us and our close mutual friends all love Evil Dead, is because we all get, I mean, like I love to see Sam Raimi in doing other, I love his other movies. I love Drag Me to Hell. I love Spider-Man 1, 2, and then I like Doctor Strange at the multiverse. I love that he's coming back to do a Doctor Strange movie. And we've reviewed Darkman, like his movies and his style, like you said. In that miniseries, you saw a Sam Raimi cut. He's so iconic with his type of film, the way he films, that it's his type of movie. That's what made Spider-Man 2 awesome. The scene where Doc Ock was getting his arms put on and there was like killing all the doctors and stuff, that was awesome, I love Bruce Campbell. Also, he's in half his movies. He's in Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and Oz and the Great Powerful. I mean, they're such a good team, and I think that's why, if you look at it that way, The Evil Dead is one of the best franchise out there. If you look at any other way, and people who can't appreciate that, they think it sucks.
They're dumb.
They're dumb. They're dumb. They're dumb. They're idiots.
Yeah.
I concur.
But I mean, I hear what you're saying though. Like, I mean, Sam Raimi, I like his style. I love it. And I think he did a great job at what he created with Evil Dead. Will stand the test of time, in my opinion. But also it's kind of like a Star Wars type deal. He created this universe basically that can be transformed or put into so many different areas that I think it's just going to work. It just works because it's just kind of a simple concept that has infinite possibilities.
Well, see, that was my question with the losing the hand. Like, is that part of the lore of the hero?
It has to be, dude.
Because Ash Williams had it happen to him, and then Mia Farrow had it happen to her.
And fucking Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker. And
no, you're losing it. Sorry.
Wrong movie. To me, I don't think it's a necessity. Can I see it happening again? sure. I don't know.
I just think it would be a fun coincidence.
If at every single time someone loses a hand, I mean,
Exactly,
dude,
and they're just the hero.
when the Evil Dead gets inside of you, man, you gotta get rid of it. So you just gotta chop off a limb.
No, you just gotta look at that necklace.
It's kind of
no
like
one else signs.
the dark side too, if you really think about it.
So real quick, what's this other stuff? What MGM is ready to sell off streaming rights for a new James Bond movie?
I think they gave up on the James Bond movie series, and so that basically tells me like, hey, they understand movie theaters aren't coming back for a while, and they know their franchise right now is about to end, and they're just gonna kill it off. So they're trying to make a big deal and say, who's gonna be the big buyer for the new James Bond movie? Let me ask you guys, do you care? Like, when's the last time you were excited about a James Bond movie?
Dude, as soon as they came back with like Daniel Craig, like I saw the very first one, Quantum of Solace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? No, Casino Royale. Isn't that what it was?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. See, I can't remember. So like, I saw that one. I was like, it's all right, and I stopped. I skipped the next one, and then I think I came back for the one where it's like Home Alone at the very end, where he's like has his cab and he Home Alones it to kill off all the bad guys. I saw that one, and I think there's another one after that I never saw. So I pretty much go like every other movie. So this is the other. So I guess I'll see this one.
For me, it's hard. Daniel Craig's not really James Bond to me. It's not like he's no longer the suave debonair guy. He's just random, me, punchy, and that's it. So I don't consider him James Bond.
Yeah.
He's not smooth enough. He's just the number 007. He ain't James Bond.
Yeah.
Good point.
But as far as it going to a streaming service, dude, those other movies have been on streaming services. I've never watched them. So this is not a film that I'm excited to see. It's not a film I'm going to seek out. So the fact that like they're trying to they keep on making it so people are seeing it, but maybe they've figured out like, hey, we could sell this off to a streaming service and get the same amount of money as putting it out in the theaters. So why don't we just do that? So maybe it's going to work out for them. I don't know.
Here's the thing about 2021. If the movie studios play their cards right, next year is going to be the most lit year for movies of all time, dude. We're going to have new movies every weekend, and
I don't think they'll do it.
I don't think so either. It's going to be oversaturated.
They'll pull the long game and be like, hey, those real big ones you want to see out, those ones are going to be holidays. And then that's about it. And then like smaller ones that they really don't care about, straight to streaming, whatever. We will still charge $20 for you to rent it.
Dude, we didn't get a single Marvel movie this year.
Next year, how happy I am because of that?
We're getting Black Widow.
Look at this.
Shang-Chi, The Eternals, Spider-Man.
I keep on hearing rumors that Black Widow's gonna come to like Disney Plus like premiere like access, like they did with Mulan.
Well, I think it's gonna work out in their favor because, to be honest with you, like I was pretty excited to see Black Widow. I don't care about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings or the Eternals. I'm more interested in Black Widow and Spider-Man, and then I'll be ready for Thor and Doctor Strange. So.
You're going to be Thor.
You're going to be Thor.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just kind of like losing it where I think I came to the point where I'm just like, whatever. Like after seeing the Ghostbusters Afterlife got pushed back to like June of next year, I'm like, I just don't care. I'm upset.
Did you just
I stopped.
Give up?
Yeah, I give up. Like whatever. Like
they're fucking with people
eventually. Yeah, and I think they even kind of like they got to the point where because they don't even know, they just stopped even putting out like advertisements. Like there was a whole bunch of stuff for Black Widow coming out. Like when was it supposed to come out? Like December,
March?
I think. I thought they pushed it to December, and
November.
now like
yeah,
something like that, and now they dropped it. They're like, whatever, we don't know. The only one that I think is still supposed to happen is Wonder Woman 84 in December, but we'll see. Again, like I think even then that's kind of died down where they don't even know what they're gonna do. So I'm just to the point where whatever I see on my TV, which again goes back to the James Bond thing. If it just so happens to pop up, there might be a night where I'm like, hey, a new movie. It's James Bond. I might want to watch it. So
I do that same thing with things that pop up. Hey, I might want to watch this.
yeah. Emma Stone might come back as Spider-Gwen. Is this for Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, so you made me kind of realize something. Like at this point in time, no movies are coming out, so they're just throwing out like they're just spitballing a bunch of freaking ideas. But yeah, Spider-Man is supposed to have the Spider-Verse like multiverse, kind of like the Flash, and there's a rumor that Emma Stone is supposed to come back as Spider-Gwen, which creates conflict because she died in the last go around, but she might be. But there's a whole nother universe. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes. I thought about it the same way. Where like it makes sense. It could work. I don't know. Evan and I talked about this when you were napping, and I'm not excited about it, man. I'm not excited about this. I want them just to do a normal Spider-Man movie, and like they don't need to do a multiverse. Like Sony, you do not have to follow whatever makes money. Make your own money. Like stop just chasing that. Like, and
just go make more PlayStations.
Yeah, make more PlayStations. Like I understand like the animated Spider-Man in the Into the Spider-Verse, like that was a Sony animation. So they did it, but let it go, Sony. Like just keep on do a second Spider-Verse with that style. You don't need to do Spider-Man 3 in that way. And I would hope that Marvel would see it the same way, but I feel like Marvel's going down the rabbit hole too. So
yeah, it's about that money, dude.
Okay, speaking about a money grab.
Okay.
Did we guys know that Colin Kaepernick is going to have a show after him?
What?
No.
What kind of show? What?
It's going to be him growing up as a black man adopted by a white family. And he's actually going to be the narrator in it. And I believe this is going to be a Netflix special. So, do we think Colin Kaepernick can pull it off?
I don't know. I guess I didn't know that part of him, but I guess part of me is I don't care.
Dude, would you watch this?
I mean, if the trailer looked interesting enough, maybe, but I don't. I have such mixed feelings about this because of where we're at right now, and I believe what he did. Like he created a movement, don't get me wrong. I think he started it, and I think that was just like he lit the fuse, But for him to get like a series about his upbringing, like I don't think I need to see that. I don't.
Okay, I have 2 points on this one. First and foremost, Evan brought up something about sports when he's been the one who's like, we don't talk about sports on the podcast, which I totally love that you brought it up. But it made me actually do a Google, and this further proves that Colin Kaepernick is not an athlete. His entire purpose was to create a movement, brand himself, and then become a media star. Like, he doesn't want to play football anymore, so that's why nobody's signing him. He wants an absurd amount of money. He wants Nike to make his own product. Now he has his own show. Like, it's very apparent that he's trying to make something out of, and dare I say this, and I say this in the most way directed towards him, not as the entire whole, but he's trying to make something out of nothing. He's trying to be that person who was trying to make something out of nothing. Like, he literally could have did what every other athlete did on the field, like he did, but he carried it to create a brand and create his own entity. And it's just like, I don't follow you, bro. I don't follow you at this point in time. What you're doing doesn't seem genuine at this point in time anymore. Sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, my God, if I did something that made me famous, and then I'm like, yeah, let's make a series about me when I was 17. It's just going to be like, you can't show this. This is just all masturbation.
Yeah. Like,
It's all like, I've masturbated my way through high school. That's it.
Some masturbation and then some kick flips on a skateboard.
That's right.
I'm curious
That's it.
about what they're trying to make this about, because he grew up as I'm going to say this, a semi-privileged American citizen in fucking Thornton, Colorado. Like, his mom lives here, dude.
He grew up here in Colorado?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's make a show about Colorado. I'm in. I'm in now.
All right.
I had a question though. Evan, is it Sandra Bullock is the mom?
No. But apparently, they just landed one of the kids from Vampires in the Bronx.
Play him.
Yes. And I gotta say, like, they do a side-by-side. It looks remarkably like him. Besides, the nose is just a little bit off. But remarkably looks alike. Check it out on TMZ. That's
Now-
where I go for my news.
Oh my God.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I knew that Colin Kaepernick was black.
Really not, dude.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like I'm gonna spin it that I don't see in color, but I just had no idea that I thought he was like Hispanic,
And he
Oh.
pretty much,
which I
Okay.
thought that was even more special to be in the NFL because he was Hispanic.
oh my gosh. And
So-
he's not. Okay, so I'm sorry. He wasn't raised here. His mom lives here, and his biological mom, so he found her. But dude, she like literally lives between you and I. Which
Sweet.
is, yeah, so we can go visit her and be like, so what's this Netflix series going to be about when he's 17? And she's going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't his life. I didn't get his life until he became famous.
Womp, womp, womp.
So anyway,
yeah.
reviews?
So anyways, yeah, let's get some reviews. Good job, Evan.
Thanks.
Um,
Who wants to go
since we're-
first?
I think because we're kind of talking about politics somewhat, because race is about with politics. Ryan, why don't you talk about your movie?
I watched a very horrific movie.
Clue?
I watched it too.
Clueless. Yes, Clueless.
I was stunned.
Okay, so I watched Borat, and I'm going to title this one.
Oh, God.
Borat Subsequent Moviefilm, Delivery of Prodigious Bribe to American Regime for Make Benefit of Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. Yes. Just said that earlier.
This is the worst part about 2020, you realize. People are going to start doing the Borat voice again.
No, Evan, I
This
think
is now, no, it's not the Murder Hornets anymore. This is the Borat voice.
it's the best part of 2020. You know why?
No, it's not.
And
No,
I'll
it's not.
I'll tell you why. Because I was like you when I first heard another Borat was coming out, and I was like, shit, this is gonna be stupid, scripted, not funny, no good plot, very predictable. And while it is all those things, it's still very entertaining. It is. It was funny, dude. It was super funny. His makeshift daughter, she was extremely funny in this. and their skits and their stunts, um, without digging into them too much, they seem pretty freaking real, you know? Like what you were saying, like, I'm sure, Peter, you did a little digging afterwards, like, hey, how did they pull this off? And like the internet's gonna break the fourth wall, and they're gonna tell you, like, during this scene, you know, it was set up this way, or during this interview, they had to do this. But like, if you just watch the movie and enjoy it for what it is, it's a very well planned out movie. And it's funny, dude. It's back to what Sacha Baron Cohen is good at. Is it being really funny and being improv and being controversial. I mean, Bruno sucked. He's not that good in being an actor. I mean, him being Borat or Ali G, he did a good job. And I like it because it hit current events. It's controversial, and he has a daughter. That's about it.
Is that all you really need? Because I mean, it completely explains your love for South Park. It's current events and it's controversial.
You know,
and there may be a daughter involved.
You know what the fucking funny thing about that is? You know what I watched before this?
What?
South Park.
Like 4 or 5 episodes of South Park. I got my nephew watching South Park, so him and I are just chilling back watching South Park.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, if that's all I need, cheers.
I'm with Ryan. Like, I mean, I remember when I went to go see Borat, I had no idea what to expect, and I laughed my ass off. It was kind of the same thing. Like, I don't think like this movie was like to the same level as Borat, but there is still some skits or pranks or whatever you want to call them that just were hilarious. And I kind of get upset because where they stop it, like you get to the gist of it and then they just stop. I'm like, well, how did that end? Like you made me feel so uncomfortable for what was going on in this scene. Like there's a part in the trailer where like they go to like this like religious like abortion clinic. I don't even know if it was an abortion clinic, but whatever it was, like, and he's saying that like, I need you to get the baby out of her, which she swallowed like a plastic baby. Like, I need you to get it out of her. I put it in her, and this guy's just like, what? Like, no. Like, okay, whatever's done is done, but there's no accidents in God's eyes, like basically was what it was saying. But then the scene just ends. And I'm like, well, wait, what? Like, is that really just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like it's just, I didn't get the whole thing.
They did just kind of end some stuff in a lot of the scenes, and you could tell they just captured what they needed for shock value. And that's where, when you really analyze a film, it ruins the experience. Like I was going to say, someone like Peter watching this movie, he's going to go around and analyze the hell out of each one of these. Like, oh, when he was stuck in the house with COVID and the other guys, it was funny. However, like if you really think about it, they had professional high definition cameras mounted up in this cabin house while they acted out their scenes for X amount of months,
Yeah. Do you have information on that? Like I mean, how they do like it? Because it felt like the way that they shot it, it seemed like a long period passed as they were doing, like almost like he was quarantined with them for that long, which, I mean, I loved it. And I felt the guys were pretty genuine, and the way that they would just kind of handle like what Borat was doing around him was pretty hilarious. But I was saying the same thing is like how does this even pass off? Like, do they know they're a part of a documentary? Like, I mean, what did they say to these people to allow this to happen?
So that's a good question. So I don't have information on that scene per se, but like when he goes to the gun rally, like a lot of that they had the crowd member, they had them believe that he was some artist, so they they set up
Yeah,
Stitch
that
in
was
different ways. Yeah, and like
yeah, you
him
can tell
going
how things were set up, how certain things were.
and like him going to the synagogue where he was met up with the Jewish ladies, and they set that up in a different way. But before they released it, they basically said, "Hey, this is us as a mockumentary. We need your permission." They're actually getting sued for that right now. But I think a lot of this is just
For the
publicity.
synagogue, or which one?
The synagogue, yeah, because the family members apparently of one of the old ladies, she passed away, but they feel like they used her and her likeness in a different manner. But the director and the production team have actual footage of her laughing and approving the footage.
Oh, yeah, I thought those ladies were so nice. Like they were sweethearts.
Here's the other thing. This is the funniest thing about this is like Borat as a character. He's dumb, you know. He's oblivious to real world situations. Sacha Baron Cohen, he's Jewish.
Yeah, like I don't like, but I mean, the whole fact that they're getting sued, I mean, just kind of goes like Sacha Baron Cohen is very much of a method actor, and so I think he likes to be genuine and try to get the real
Reaction.
I don't know what you want. Yeah, the real reactions, absolutely. So I do think like a lot of them are really. I mean, like I do feel like he kind of got in trouble with the whole when he like portrayed Donald Trump and trying to bring a girl to Mike Pence at that rally.
Right.
Like that was hilarious, and it seemed like he was in legitimate trouble, but at the same time, because I think it was like I'm sure they were allowed to film there because it's kind of like a public setting, so they kind of got away with it. I remember when that happened. I remember seeing the articles about when that happened. That it's like that's funny that happened. Had no idea that was him though. It was
Right,
awesome.
right. And
So
yeah, I mean, this movie has a good balance of it being a documentary, a mockumentary, and shock. And I mean, it even ends on a really good note that plays out like a movie. You know, it doesn't just end that like, hey, this is a documentary, right?
Yeah, the ending was hilarious. I love the ending, how that just played out, and like that was, the sketch part, I guess. But also, it was kind of strange how it ended with "Go vote," which he's not a U.S. citizen as far as I'm aware. So it's interesting how he finds that so important.
Maybe that's Amazon's way of telling you to go vote. This is an Amazon movie.
Maybe. And I wouldn't even say
Anyway,
it was really
I give it
political, but
a 2 thumbs up. Very nice.
Very nice. Did you think
Just for you,
so,
Evan?
so Danielle, when we started watching, she felt like he wasn't doing the Borat accent very well. Did you feel the same way, Ryan?
I did, yes. And I think it was part of his stick because if you notice in the middle of the movie, he's like, "Oh shit, I'm recognized. People are starting to recognize me. I need to change it a little bit." So I think he did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But he did a really good job being a fake reporter in a fake scenario, trying to be a fake American with a fake accent, like all of the above.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of my favorite parts, though, was they go and like, oh yeah, everyone's recognizing him, and everyone's chasing Borat. He's like, I need another disguise, and he just takes off his pants. It's not a good disguise, just taking off your pants.
Evan, do you concur?
Nope.
No one will recognize me now. Evan, what'd you watch?
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh,
Your time.
I went ahead and watched the Mortuary Chronicles show.
On Shudder.
Yeah.
Nice.
And good old Clancy Brown is the perfect narrator. And this just had so much setup for a great anthology film. Some of the little shorts were great. Some of them were just really like, hey, what was that? but they all brought their own charm to it. Like there was like a safe sex story in it where, hey, you need to wear a condom, or else.
I'm very curious about that.
Oh, that one was actually really bad.
Like
Basically,
bad as in good?
No, it's basically like, hey, Junior, but really dark.
Okay.
And it's basically like, hey, he turns up pregnant, and he's all like, oh, hey, well, how is this baby gonna come out? Well, the same way it went in. And so his penis explodes and it rips open like half his stomach and he dies.
Jeez.
But yeah.
Oh.
And it's all like, you just see that blood. It's like they got the baby out, and this is why you always wear a condom. Because we're not built for it properly.
Excuse me,
I like
what?
that. Yeah. No, you're gonna have to re-listen to this, Ryan, because wow, what Evan just described is terrifying.
Yeah, you just need to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, Evan, is this a movie anthology film, or is this like a series on Shudder?
No, this is a movie anthology film.
Oh, okay, all right.
Can
Like,
I just
how
say
many
anthology film, or is movie anthology film really necessary? Movie
Yeah, I need
anthology?
movie and I know it's redundant, but I need both.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I like
So
movie
it's
anthology film.
Yeah,
Yes,
movie
yep.
anthology film. How many shorts are in it, would you say?
Besides the one that I'm wearing, there's only 4 shorts.
Okay.
Well,
And are they like there's always the difference. Like there's like some there's like an overall like theme to it, that are connected.
yeah, there's the wraparound, which is the whole story that's going on between the storyteller and the listener.
Is this one of those, or is this just
Yes.
like standalones? Okay. So they're
It's
all
got the
related.
wraparound, and they all are sort of related. Basically, don't do fucked up shit, or else fucked up shit will happen to you.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
It's pretty good. And like they do like fun little like making fun of the entire trope. It's all like, oh, you did the mistake of not knowing your audience, and we already planned this. Stuff like that. But I just love the fact that, especially for the wraparound, like they don't tell you anything, but they give you little hints about what's going on in this little town and everything. But I love the fact that they talk about how everyone's life is a story, and some just end differently than others. And this mortuary or funeral home, it just has books and books of everyone's stories that's passed through there. Ooh.
That sounds cool. I mean, and what you just said, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, aren't we all just kind of stories in a book? We all have different endings.
What type of book are you?
I think
Pictures?
I'm like a comic. Yeah, I'm a picture book.
I like to be one of those ones where you hit the sound and then it correlates with what's happening on the screen.
The cow goes
Woo!
boo.
Yeah. Especially when like the battery is dying in that and then it sounds really fucking evil.
Oh, yeah.
The goat goes bah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but like the settings in this were amazing. The makeup, some of the prosthetic effects were just glorious. The penis exploding didn't need that, but it was well done.
Dude, what if your penis exploded?
I'd be sad.
But I mean, it regenerates. What if that was the only part of your body where it would truly explode and then it would regenerate?
Did you really just do that just to throw your poncho up like that? Because you should do it again.
Okay, hold on. If your penis really explode, it's not the same.
It wasn't.
Jeez.
I'd still be sad.
I mean, for a moment.
That reminds.
Well, no, you still feel the pain. That's a sensitive area.
What if it's not painful? What if it's actually fun?
It was like, what, a party trick?
Like Randy Marsh. Back to South Park.
I mean, if you had something like, if you could just cut off like one part of your body and you knew it would grow back, like, would you do that? Like, would you do that often as a party trick or something?
Like
No.
The boys? Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Evan's a no.
I'm
I'm kind of with. Yeah, I'm kind of
I'm
with
attached.
Evan. We're like, yeah. I mean, if it hurts, yeah, I'm not in for that. Maybe every once in a while, like, you get me really drunk and like, okay, come on, Peter, do it, and then maybe I'll do it. You know, I
No,
give in
you
to peer
won't. You will yell at people, stop talking to me. No,
Yep.
you're making me do this. You're making
right,
me do this.
I'd be all about it. Like just like that boys episode. Like $400 to cut off my forearm, it grows back, and then like $1,000 to cut off my dick, grows back.
And hasn't.
Yeah.
Seen it.
What?
Huh?
What happened?
Evan's just shaking his head.
You drunk fuck. Giving
I'm
me
not-
spoilers.
I'm not drunk. You need to catch up.
You need to stop spoiling stuff. Good
You-
God.
What else have I spoiled today?
Everything.
That's not true. I didn't spoil Borat.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You said he takes off his pants.
No, Peter said that.
I said that. I did.
Shut
I
up.
Spoiled it.
That's not even a spoil.
Sorry. Yeah.
Evan. Next
What?
time I see you, you better finish the boys, okay?
No.
Yes.
Give me my money, then we'll talk.
I'll give you your money when you finish the boys. How about that?
Done.
All right.
All right. So you recommend it, Evan? I think you said that already.
I do. Like, Clancy Brown is such a great narrator, and he's very
Nice.
creepy. It's like he has too many teeth. It's
Oh.
very strange. Like, it looks like something is wrong with him, and you can't really tell. But I do believe it's like he's got too many teeth.
That is odd. You're really selling Shudder for me. I gotta admit that.
$7 a month.
How much?
$7 a month
That's
because
too
you owe me
much.
$2 for recommendation.
That is too much.
Yeah.
I already have
I-
Amazon. I have Netflix. I have Disney
Okay,
Plus.
we're going down all the
ESPN.
necessities.
You
Streaming
just got to get rid of
necessities.
one, and then you're good.
No. How am I going to watch my sports and my Mickey Mouse? And did you know DuckTales has Darkwing Duck on it every once in a while? Did not know that.
The new one?
Yeah.
Wow. So wait. Are you? So the new DuckTales has a Darkwing Duck every once in a while, but not the old one, right?
Correct.
Nice.
Wasn't
Peter,
there also a? I'm sorry, I got one more question about DuckTales.
Damn it.
Wasn't there also
Woohoo.
like?
That's it.
Yeah.
A
Wasn't
woohoo.
there like a cross? Do you remember Gizmo Duck? He was my
Yes.
favorite.
He was the best.
Him and
Was-
Launchpad crossover.
Yeah.
Isn't there an episode where he crosses over to the Darkwing Duck?
Him
Because-
and Launchpad crossover.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, because they're like friends, right? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see. I got what you're. I see. Yep, you're right. Cool.
And I found out the voice of Darkwing Duck, the true Darkwing Duck, if you guys watch the series, I can tell you, is one of my favorite side characters in Silicon Valley. Russ Hanneman. You guys watch that series?
Oh wait, yeah, I think I know him. Yeah.
The guy with the doors that go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Peter, how about your review? Evans, hold on. You gotta remind me to watch or listen to this episode so I can catch the part where I missed, because all I got was like, we're not supposed to wear condoms. And then
that was not
Didn't
the
listen well
message.
at all.
So I watched a film called Man Versus. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. So if you got Amazon Prime, it's free on there. And I wasn't so sure about this one, but I actually really liked it. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know if this is for everyone. So for me, what captured my attention was the premise is it's this guy and he's a survivalist, and it's just like Man versus the Wild or something, or if you remember like Survivor Man. I love those types of shows. I love watching people survive in the wilderness. And so it's this guy, he's developing this show, and he goes out to the middle of the woods, and he's supposed to like survive off the land for like 5 days, and it's him filming it. So now it's not a found footage film. It's just you can just see him videotaping it. It's not like you know, again, it's not found footage. So but it goes and kind of goes in this interesting direction where there's something stalking him. And for most of the film, you have no idea what it is. And I wouldn't even, and like they did a good job. It's kind of like Jaws, where like they never really show what this thing is and or who is stalking him for most of the film until the very end, like the climax. And I think they it paid off by doing that. But I can also see where people kind of get bored by this because it's mostly him filming himself, and then like random things were happening. So this film is kind of like partly him going crazy because he's isolated, which I thought was a little bit kind of weird because he's only been alone. Like he starts going crazy after like 3 days, which I feel like I could go a lot longer with being alone and not go crazy. But he starts going crazy after 3 days. What?
What?
Huh?
What?
I can't hear you. Jinx. Yeah.
Jinx, you Coke.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so it's just him filming it, and like weird kind of things start happening to him, and he starts going through this craziness, and so it's mostly him just going nuts and talking to himself, which again, when you think about like just one person mostly being on film and nothing else is happening around him, you think kind of boring, but I thought they executed pretty well. The fact that he's making this film by himself, or this show, paid true. So it was almost like, for me, why I enjoyed it is like I'm watching behind the scenes footage of him developing the film, and it made me think about like Survivor Man and like what he probably went through as well, minus the the stalking part and the scariness that happens. And it has quite the twist ending, I will say, as well, which I really was digging. So
it's actually a cameraman that's stalking him the entire time. He doesn't realize he's been on film this entire time. He was just out camping. And then the producer comes out. We got you. You were on TV.
No, he knows he was filming it. He knows, Evan.
Okay, I thought that was a great twist.
It is. That is good. And that's one of the things that he suggested. But I thought it was well done. Like for pretty low budget film made in 2015. There are some special effects. Like not the best, but it's very minimal special effects, so it doesn't take away from the film, and just the overall plot is I think really cool, and how it progresses is very interesting, and also again I don't know why, but I like these films, just kind of watching someone kind of go more and more crazy because of things that are happening around them. So I'm in. So check it out, especially if you got Amazon Prime. Man Versus.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's get into some recommendations real fast before we wrap it up.
Like a condom.
That's right. Wear 'em, Ryan. That was the message.
That's right.
Dude, I haven't worn a condom in like ever, and I've been okay.
Right. Well, watch Evan's film. You might change your mind.
All right. I'm going to recommend. Okay, so I've been watching a lot of wrestling. Have I talked about wrestling a lot?
Sometimes you go on tangents.
Okay.
Mostly Star Wars, though.
So I found this series called The Dark Side of the Ring, and it's like the real life shit that happens on the dark side of the ring. So it's on Vice, which is kind of strange because Vice and Viceland is kind of hard to find. Like you find it through Hulu, or it has its own dedicated app on Apple TV, but not Amazon. So mainly, I'm not gonna hold your hand. Just find it on Vice somewhere. But I don't know. I've been watching. There's like 2 seasons, and there's about 8 episodes, and it's just about late 80s, early 90s wrestling, and that was my favorite time of wrestling because that's when everybody had problems. It's not wrestling's never as glorified as it really seems to be, but I mean, dude, one of them was straight up the Chris Benoit story and how he had such bad CTE that he like killed his family and killed himself, and all his friends and fellow wrestlers and like the WWF had to manage around that scenario.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember when that story came out.
Yeah. So like you have some wrestling fans in the house. I mean, they would appreciate this, dude. Like, and it got me going down a rabbit hole because there was plenty of stuff like with WWF Raw, where they were trying to get ratings and they were doing some obscene stuff, dude. Like there was one where Brian Pillman, I don't remember Brian Pillman, but when Stone Cold Steve Austin was new and upcoming, he broke into his house and there was a scene where the dude was going to shoot Stone Cold straight in the face. This was on television. You want to talk about AMC like being like reducing their graphic content? USA was doing the same thing. However, with a live soap opera of a bunch of sweaty men throwing each other around a fake ring. Like,
no, the ring's real.
Oh yeah, the ring is real. No, it's very padded, Evan.
That's fine. It still hurts.
Still real though. Still real. It's there. You can touch it.
What they did for storylines and character development, like I don't know any other industry that just went above and beyond to be as extra as wrestling. Like each federation, each entity was always trying to outdo one another, and it just became a bloodbath between all of them. And it's really interesting to see a lot of that stuff behind the scenes in real life.
This is foreshadowing for DC versus Marvel. Eventually they're just going to join and become the WWF.
See, I like that you still call it WWF because I do too.
Of course, you have to.
I can't get WWE in my mind, bro. Like I always have to.
Fuck those pandas.
Yeah. Yeah, they know how to use a chair. I've seen the pictures.
All right. I recommend.
Hey, wait, no, you got to talk about mine for a minute.
That was a minute. I recommend. I've been watching the Umbrella Academy this season 2. It's a good second season. I'm excited, and I hope they get a third season. So that's my quick recommendation. I don't think I need to go into it. It's an interesting take on superheroes. So watch it.
Is it better than The Boys?
No, it's not better than The Boys. Watch The Boys. Evan, what do you got?
Well, this is a little part of news, but apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger is recovering from heart surgery.
I recommend him living.
So, well, he seems to be doing great.
Good.
But just remember, be thankful for your friends and family.
Dude, that's a good one. Yeah, I think. Hey, yeah. I know this
Even
is how
our action stars have feelings.
I know this.
I'm thankful for you, Arnold.
I'm thankful for you, Peter and Evan.
I'm
Me
thankful
too, Casey
for
Jones. Me too.
I'm so excited to wear this for like 20 minutes when I see you guys next, and then I'm gonna throw it off.
Yep. I'll be there to pick it up and take it.
Okay. It's a nice
I'm gonna
product.
steal it first. It's a nice Casey Jones mask. So
I called it tips.
Thanks everyone for listening. Like Evan said, appreciate one another, love one another, and wear condoms.
Hey Arnold, make it through. I'll be back and wear condoms.
Yeah. And we will catch you next time.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew pew out. Pew pew out.